What it is, y'all? We are back with a breakdown, back with the blue light. I don't even know where to start. I had a full video edited, recorded, uploaded, all the good stuff on Easy remix by Trace Yvonne and Casey Musgraves. And last night I saw that it was blocked due to copyright issues. So we are winging it today. This is a last minute, late night breakdown because I want to make sure to put out a video that we get to listen and break down some dope music. I don't even have a drink of the day. My water glass is even empty. That is how we are rolling with it today. We're bending, not breaking. Bear with me. We're gonna get it done. But first, links down below. My song Giving Up is coming out on New Year's Day 2021. I'm super stoked for you to hear it. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you connect with it. That's all I care about. I just want you to enjoy it. Everything's down below in the description. You can find links to social media and places where you can listen to that. Again, New Year's Day 2021. Give it up. Check it out. All right. The breakdown. LANY. Group I've been listening to a little bit more recently. They're pretty cool. Thick and Thin is what we're breaking down today. Let's just hope that this music video does not set off the copyright monsters. I also just wanted to mention we're very close to 500 subscribers, and that blows me away. I'm just a dude listening and breaking down music in his bedroom. Yes, this is my bedroom. And I got a full-time job. I do a bunch of other stuff. This is a hobby, and y'all like it. That's really cool. So this is for you. Without further ado, let's get into it. Thick and Thin by LANY. You're on the hot seat. Let's see what you got for us today. You might notice I'm starting the video a little bit about 45 seconds in because there's no music. It's just the video. And for the first 45 seconds, I want to make sure we're not setting off any copyright monsters. So that's why. Here we go.
Late night, your eyes fell to the floor. I'm trying to make sense, but you're losing your patience. Hands talk.
Let's break it down. Intro, we got a very cool kind of 80s snare vibe going on here. You know, and I noticed too, right at the very start, sorry, it's hard to determine where I should start this. 40-something seconds. Never mind. But cool gated snare.
Late night.
That transitions into a different snare sample on the verse.
Your eyes fell to the floor.
Yeah, so there's a lot of energy in those drums right up front, but then when we get to the chords, when the start of verse 1, it's a pretty chill vibe. We're just holding out those chords on the organ and the bass, and the drums kind of pull back. It's a different snare sample. It's a lot softer. It's not gated as much.
Late night, your eyes fell to the floor.
So it's a bit of a change of vibe there, which I really like. We have a cool little reverb swell into that first verse as well.
Late night,
nice.
Your eyes fell to the floor. I'm trying to make sense, but you're losing your patience. Hands talk, won't stop. We go to war. In the heat of the moment, you think that we're broken.
It's not really an organ. It's pretty much just a pad. But it's very spacious, right? It's filling up the space with the bass and that synth, but it's letting the vocal kind of take over, and it's breathing. It's giving it just enough.
See my whole life with you, baby.
Sounds like a pre-chorus.
Now you got me thinking that I'm moment. You think that we're broken. I could see my whole life with you, baby. Now you got me thinking that I'm crazy, 'cause you're out the door.
All right, before we listen to a chorus, there's two main things here in this pre-chorus which I really, really appreciate. I like
In the heat of
when a vocalist can use their voice like an instrument, right? And they all can, but when it's done well, I appreciate it. It's something I struggle with in my own music, is finding a way to incorporate my voice as that instrument.
that we're broken.
So I really like it here.
I could see my whole life with you, baby.
Doing a counter melody.
Now you got me thinking that I'm crazy. 'Cause
It's beautiful, right? Because it adds that additional element that you need to build it into a chorus. But I think because it's his voice and we're already hearing it, we're familiar with it, it's not a very big or stark contrast to his voice. It's very complementary. And so it works very well. And the other thing is, speaking of complementary, there's a bunch of tasteful hits, reverb hits, that's complementing the snare.
the moment you think that we're broken, I can
Right
see
there.
my whole life with you, baby. Now
Right there.
You got me thinking that I'm crazy. 'Cause
Right, just here and there to give it a little bit of an offset to just the same snare all the way through, and it's so subtle. These are the things that I just absolutely love. Those little decisions that give it that unique quality that you'll never hear unless you're listening for it. It's beautiful.
you're out the door. Just one mistake, you say you're not in love no more. But was it really love if you can leave me for something so innocent? Is this the end? Thought you'd be there through thick and thin.
Okay. Very chill vibe. Same pad, same bass. We do have a higher synth that's droning a little bit in the higher frequencies there.
Just one mistake.
Yeah, listen to it compared to the verse here.
Late night, your eyes fell to the floor.
And then here in the chorus.
Just one mistake, you say you're not.
And it has some movement to it. There's a higher synth there. It has some movement. It's probably, some modulation here and there. That just gives it a little bit extra. But the main thing is the drums from the intro came back. That very intense gated snare that gives it those kind of 80s feels. And then the melody is really shifted into a chorus vibe, right?
In love no more. But was it really love if you can leave me for something so innocent? Is this the end? Thought you'd be there through thick and thin.
And once again, before we listen to the hook, not a lot of reverb or delay on the voice. Pretty in your face up front.
Hands talk won't stop. We gone to war. Thought you'd be there through thick and thin.
And I believe on the chorus, they have a little bit of layering with it. Just another layer of the voice, probably spread out a bit in your headphones to give it a little bit more body. But it's so subtle, you can barely detect it, but not much else. And it gives it that kind of simple quality, not having too much processing on the vocals. Curious where they'll go with that, or if we'll get some contrast to that down the line. We'll see. Let's listen to the hook.
Thick and thin. Can't.
So good. All right. It's actually funny I mentioned that because we do get some contrast right there. We're going back to the vocal instrument.
Thought you'd be there through thick and thin.
But listen to this. Oh man. This is the stuff I live for. That's a very high, like little, almost like an 808 tom kind of feel. It's just a little element right there, right? And you don't need it, but you do. You don't notice it until you do, and you realize how much that decision is making this hook what it is.
Thought you'd be there
Let's listen to it
through
again.
thick and thin.
And Similarly, right before verse 2, we have another element. See if you can pick it out. Right here.
Can't sleep.
Did you hear that? We had a panned hi-hat roll that went from left to right, just right into verse 2. Oh, it's so tasteful.
Can't sleep, can't eat, my mind's a mess. What are you thinking? You were happy last weekend. All the good times, how'd you forget? I was your best friend, yeah. Remember when you said you could...
All right, verse 2, 2 changes. Really, that's it. It's keeping that chill vibe riding through. The 2 changes are a dynamic shift in the very first part of the second verse, which we talked about last week, actually. Into the second verse, we pull back almost all the way. We let it breathe for a second. And then about a measure or 2 in, we bring it back with the production. That's what happened here.
Can't sleep, can't eat.
We have a clap that's holding it together. That's pretty much it.
Can't eat, my mind's a mess. What are you thinking?
A little bit of a drum fill.
What are you thinking? You
And then the same production as verse 1.
were happy last weekend. All the good times, how'd you forget?
That's the second change. Slight melody shift, going up into a higher register, and a layered harmony underneath. That's very faint.
Good times, how'd you forget? I was your best
But again, it's giving it just enough to set this apart from verse 2 and keep it progressing.
friend, yeah. Remember when you said you could see your whole life with me, baby? Now you got me thinking that I'm crazy, 'cause you're out the door.
Okay, second pre-chorus is different. We had just his voice with that counter melody in the first time through.
Broken. I could see my whole life with you, baby.
And now
Crazy.
we had a little bit of a pluck element.
You could see your whole life with me, baby.
No voice until here.
Now you got me thinking that I'm
Kinda cool.
crazy, 'cause you're out the door. Just one mistake, you say you're not in love no more. But was it really love if you can leave me for something so innocent? Is this the end?
All right, what are you hearing? There's changes here that are super subtle and super tasteful. I want to know if you can hear it. We got a guitar, electric guitar back there, just doing a couple notes to fill in those gaps, and a little more movement up at that top synth. Listen to the guitar. I think that's what's really grabbing my ear
Whole life with me, baby.
in this second chorus.
Now you got me thinking that I'm crazy, 'cause you're out the door. Just one
Hear that?
mistake, you say you're not in love no more. But was it really
Pretty much just
love
droning.
if you can leave me for something so innocent? Is this the end?
And right there, that's the movement I'm talking about up in the higher synth. We have a little rise right here.
Is this the end? Thought you'd be there through thick and thin. Thought you'd be there through thick and thin. Thought you'd be there through thick and thin. Thought you'd be there through thick and thin.
All right, what was happening on the first hook?
So, thought you'd be there through thick and thin.
Yeah, as a first hook, we don't have the thick and thin hook that we do on the second time around.
Be there through thick and thin. Thought you'd be there through thick and thin.
And it's repeated again. Till we get that beautiful chorus guitar going down. Man, that's nice. Oh, I love it. Bridge. Also, I'm kind of concerned for this guy's life, not gonna lie. All right.
Said you'd be there for me through everything. Said that you'd have my back with anything.
Not very dynamically different on this bridge from the rest of the song, or should I say from the hook. It is from the verses. Pretty much just a slight change to the melody, and we have again the background vocals mirroring what they're doing on the hook. The guitar, the chorus guitar is still kind of working.
Just one mistake, you say you're not in love no more. But what?
Man, I'm feeling that in a lot of the songs I break down, there emerges a theme, right? With each of them, it's emphasizing this concept or that concept. With this one, I really feel like the theme is just enough. The song is doing just enough to make it pretty great. We're heading, I'm assuming, into a last chorus. We don't have much time left. This should be the last chorus. And we haven't had any syncopation shifts yet until now, where we have this this new kick pattern that leads us into the last chorus.
Out the door. Just one mistake, you say you're not in love no more.
And I feel like it's just enough. It's all that we need to set this apart, right? Because we're going back into kind of the same production. Yeah, there's going to be a couple more elements. I'm already hearing some more background vocal stuff going on in the last chorus here. But it feels so similar. That little syncopation shift was just enough to set it apart. And it needed to be set apart. And it was beautifully.
But was it really love if you can leave me for something so?
Yeah, we're getting some chorus guitar lines back there and a mirror on his voice, very faint, kind of mirroring each line.
Innocent, is this the end? Thought you'd be there through thick and thin. Out the door.
Repeat
Just one mistake, you
with the
say
hook.
you're not in love no more.
That's the hook.
Was it really?
All right, so on the repeat of the chorus, we have the hook vocal part layered with the chorus. We haven't done that yet. Again, this is progressing towards the end. I love it.
Love if you can leave me for something so innocent. Is this the end? Thought you'd be there through thick and thin. Said you'd be there for me through everything. Said that you'd have my back with anything. Said you'd be there for me through everything. Said that you'd have my back with anything.
This is really interesting. We pretty much are layering everything now. We have the chords. That's pretty much the same all the way through. We have the drums from the chorus. We have the hook layered over the top. We have the bridge melody on the lead vocal. We have the background vocals from the bridge as well. Kind of everything, and it meshes together pretty well. It's not overly congested. And you're able to do that when you kind of have that open, kind of chill vibe from where you're coming from, right? And if we start there, we have a lot more room to add things and not overly crowd it. Nice. Was it dope? I mean, what do you think? Yeah, absolutely. Very professionally done. Hey, 420. Just enough. There was just enough there. Again, that's almost the holy grail as far as I'm concerned, is finding the simplicity, finding something so simple. You don't need anything else. It's not overly complicated, and yet it's just enough to make it great. Contrast where you need it, progress where you need it, energy where you need it. Yeah, man, Just Enough. Thick and Thin by LANY. Well done. Check out the link below for all the info about my song coming out on New Year's Day. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Take care. Stay safe.